Archivist 9 activated. This record reconstructs One Piece Episode 5 released in 1999. The episode is set in Orange Town, a coastal settlement partially destroyed and occupied by the Buggy pirates. Environmental conditions include damaged streets, a central town square, intact residential structures, and open sightlines that allow artillery deployment. Monkey D. Luffy remains confined within a suspended iron cage due to earlier capture. His physical state is restricted but stable, and his psychological response remains defiant and undiminished. His devil fruit abilities are present but neutralized by confinement and gravity. Roronoa Zoro is active within the town, sustaining injuries from previous combat but remaining operational. His role is frontline combatant and threat suppressor. Primary antagonistic force is Buggy the Clown, captain of the Buggy Pirates. Buggy demonstrates a combat system based on the Chop Chop Devil Fruit, allowing voluntary separation of body parts with maintained control. His motivation is territorial dominance and retaliation against perceived humiliation. Buggy employs psychological intimidation, explosive weaponry, and subordinates to maintain control. His crew includes Kabaji the Acrobat and Moji the Beast Tamer, both functioning as tactical extensions rather than independent decision-makers. Nami operates as a neutral party aligned temporarily with Luffy, for mutual survival. Her objective remains acquisition of treasure and escape. Early conflict resumes with Buggy engaging Zoro directly in the town square. Zoro adapts his swordsmanship to an unfamiliar opponent whose body separation negates standard cutting effectiveness. Buggy exploits this by dispersing limbs to attack from multiple angles, reducing Zoro's probability of clean strikes. Zoro sustains additional injuries but maintains combat posture and threat presence. His psychological state is focused and analytical, shifting from aggression to pattern recognition. Buggy escalates by deploying explosive Buggy balls, compact artillery devices capable of large-scale destruction. These weapons exploit the open environment, increasing civilian infrastructure damage and widening threat radius. Mid-episode escalation occurs as Buggy demonstrates the destructive capacity of his artillery by detonating a Buggy ball in the town square. Structural damage increases, and environmental hazards include debris, fire, and shock impact. Probability of town survival drops significantly. Luffy remains immobilized, but actively attempts escape through physical strain, demonstrating limited effectiveness due to cage material. Nami exploits the chaos to retrieve Buggy treasure and navigational charts, reducing Buggy resource control. Her tactical contribution is indirect but critical, weakening antagonist long-term capacity. Buggy attempts to execute Luffy publicly to reinforce dominance. This action shifts focus from territorial control to symbolic elimination of resistance. Zoro intervenes by re-engaging Buggy despite injuries, buying time through direct confrontation. Zoro adapts tactics by using the environment and timing strikes during moments of Buggy body separation and instability. Although unable to defeat Buggy outright, Zoro forces him into reactive posture. Luffy ultimately escapes confinement through structural failure caused by prior damage and gravity impact. Upon release, Luffy re-enters combat with restored mobility. Final sequence centers on Luffy directly confronting Buggy. Luffy displays immunity to blunt force due to rubber physiology, neutralizing several of Buggy's physical attacks. Buggy attempts further use of explosive weaponry, but coordination degrades due to loss of crew control and Nami interference. The conflict resolves with Buggy being forcibly removed from dominant position through cumulative destruction rather than decisive elimination. Buggy pirates retreat, and Orange Town immediate threat level returns to reduced but unstable status. At episode conclusion, Luffy's status is active and operational, with confidence reinforced by effective resistance against a devil fruit user. Zoro remains injured but conscious and functional, confirming continued alliance viability. Nami departs with stolen resources, maintaining ambiguous allegiance. Buggy survives and withdraws, preserving long-term antagonistic potential. Environmental damage remains extensive, indicating civilian recovery challenges. To preserve archival stability, viewers are instructed to like this record, subscribe for continued reconstruction, and share this narration to ensure long-term preservation of verified cinematic history.